Good evening, everybody. Happy Wednesday evening. I am back from a fabulous retreat and I just took a nap, so I feel very like re-energized because I know I got back Sunday evening. I know, but I've been sleepy for the past 3 days. So, and I hadn't had an opportunity to take a nap either of the last 2 days. So I jumped on the opportunity to take a nap tonight, and now I feel very refreshed and ready to go. So I'm excited to talk to you about all the things I did last week, all the things I saw last week, all the things I won last week. And then talk about what I've got coming up in the next several days and a glimpse into the future about some things that I know most of you know about, but I'll talk a little bit about all of that too. Very, very happy to have come back from the Walnut Port Retreat with the wall hanging that Stephanie had made. And I'm pretty sure she said it was because she wanted to make houses. So she had made this, and she had put this up for the auction for Stephanie is awesomeness, and you know that she is, and she does some what's the word I'm looking for? Scholarships. There we go. For folks to be able to come to the retreats. And we had done that in Millersburg the first year, and we did it silent auction style there at Millersburg because we have a little bit more space there. It's in a hotel. So we have a couple of different rooms that we can set things up in. So it just kind of lends itself to a different environment for that silent auction where you can, like, you know, write number down, all that kind of stuff. Walnut Port is not, it's like in a residential home that has kind of been reconfigured into an event center for scrapbookers, crafters, quilters, that kind of stuff. So it's not that there's not enough room. It's a wonderfully sized home. It's beautiful. It's just, the rooms just don't, they just aren't set up the same way. It doesn't work that way. Excuse me. They're in Walnut Port. So it was a little different style this go around this year for doing a scholarship for Walnut Port. And because I know I've talked about, I was a part of the panel on Stephanie's channel where we all talked about our experiences with the different kinds of retreats and, you know, what we would recommend for first timers and, you know, folks coming back. The retreat experience for me has been nothing but fantastic. I fully am aware that a lot of that has to do with the fact that it's Stephanie doing her retreats, and those are the only quilting retreats that I've been to. I went to one, I guess it was a knitting retreat, but it wasn't really like, it just wasn't the same. Like, we all just kind of went and like hung out in a cabin. We did do yoga. That was the first time I realized I don't like yoga. But so not the same kind of, just not the same vibe as like these like really structured and you know project focused retreats that I've been to with while going to Together We Sew retreats. But these have just been life-changing. I've met some of the most amazing women. I've definitely met my tribe for sure. We were just talking about setting up, you know, a Zoom chat because even though we were together last week, we miss each other. So having been a quilter born of the pandemic, which was very isolating, and watching the YouTube videos, it definitely makes you feel a little less alone, learning how to do everything and kind of being able to go step by step, watching like Jean Truelove and Donna Jordan and everything. That was great, but it was definitely you know, we just weren't going out and doing anything. So it was kind of a lonely existence, I guess. And then as soon as all of the quarantining and everything had been lifted, I went to that first retreat in Millersburg, and it's been an amazing, incredible time. And sorry, I went away there for a second, just thinking about how much it's impacted my life over the past year and a half, and how much it's become so important to me to be able to share that with others. And a large part of folks not being able to go is because it does cost money. You have to pay for the retreat space and the meals and some of the retreats will include some of that, but that's still included in your price, and you have to get there, and it's not an easy thing to do for everybody. So being able to be a small part of helping provide that opportunity for somebody who otherwise would not have been able to means so much. I can't pretend like part of the reason why I like to do it is because it makes me feel good. It gives me the warm fuzzies to know that I'm able to do that for somebody. I'm able to provide, just a little bit to get a wall hanging, which I'm going to love for the rest of eternity, and give that opportunity to somebody. I'm gonna, Lilo, go. It just means a lot. I enjoy it. It makes me feel good, and it's something I'm able to do for somebody else. And when you're able to do things for other people, you should definitely take the opportunity to do things for other people. That's what it's all about. All right, I'm rambling now just because I had a nap and I'm giddy now. So, the retreat was fantastic. We had 5 projects. Was it 5 projects? So we did a rope bowl, which I meant to have here with me, and I failed in that. Can I see the rope bowl? No, that's my headphones. We made a rope bowl with variegated thread, which was gorgeous. I'll have pictures since I forgot to bring them over here. Table runner, which is so cute, Christmas trees. You may have seen the pictures. I posted them on Instagram, and had a photo lineup from my Sunday video, since I didn't get to do a live because I was wrapping up and getting ready to head back home on Sunday. So no live, but I did put a lot of the pictures up. We did the rope bowl, we did the Christmas tree, we did the Shelly came with and helped instruct us all in how to make a project bag, which had a vinyl front, very fun. And I was a multitasking queen that day because I videotaped myself quilting the project bag, and I did matchstick quilting. So I'll be able to finally, after all of this legit kit stuff, I'll finally be able to get the matchstick quilting demonstration tutorial, me blathering on about how I do matchstick quilting. I'll be able to get that up. So I'm excited about that. I took advantage of that. So we did that. Then we had the little side project, which really, it did take longer than we had anticipated, but it's because we were all having such a good time talking to each other and being goofy and using power drills and things like that. So it just really turned into a great bonding experience to be able to go and make those, because we went off in little, in twos and groups, and that was a lot of fun. And then the big project was Stephanie's new quilt top, which was named by her daughter Sarah, and it's so adorable. Frosted Flakes, which was done in Michael Miller's Fairy Frost, and as you might think, they were snowflakes, hence the flakes, so Frosted Flakes. She's so smart, that Sarah. Very, very pretty. I, because of a lot of yammering during the week, was not able to finish the top. I finished everything else. The tops, we don't come with like batting and backing and stuff like that for the projects, the quilting projects. So like I just have the flimsy done of the table runner, and I'll finish that because I have some Christmas backing that I want to use for it, and that's going to some friends that I've picked out already. And the quilt, while a couple of people did finish it, by a couple of people, I think Stephanie and Tina were the only two that finished. But I did get one of the blocks done, so I will post my block up as well, because I did get the block finished, which I was very proud of myself. So that was good. I did get that finished, and I got all of the fabric cut. It was a lot of fabric to cut. Oh, and that was another fun thing. Marianne had brought her AccuQuilt, which was amazing because we had a lot of 2.5-inch strips to cut, and they did subcutting and had some 1.5-inch strips. So that was fun to use the AccuQuilt and get some video of that. Yeah, so it was just a really good week. But I didn't get that quilt top finished. That's okay. It'll happen. I have the one block. Just gotta finish it up. So that was cool. While I was in Walnutport on the Friday morning, the judging happened for the quilts. Well, all the home good stuff, all the household good things, quilts and Afghans and knitted things and quilted things and photography and the baked goods and all the yummies. Those were all voted on first thing Friday morning. And friend who was going to go that evening couldn't end up going, just wasn't able to go. I'm realizing I share too much information about people I know. I'm a yammerer. So I'll just leave it at that. They weren't able to go. And so I had to wait until I got back, and ended up running to the fairgrounds Monday night, and I was very, very pleased and shocked. I went through and I was videotaping, and I would videotaped the wall where the quilts were, the larger quilts were all kind of presented, and some of the wall hangings were up there. And I went all down this long wall taking video. Went to the best of show. Listen, I was not thinking I was going to be in the best of show thing, but I was starting to get nervous because I didn't see mine, and it was the first time I'd entered, and I was like, oh my God, did I do something wrong? Like it would be me that I would get back from a retreat and find out that I had mislabeled something or hadn't filled out the application correctly. I don't know, a myriad of things that I could have messed up. I would have found a way to mess it up. So I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know where it is. And so I was walking towards where the folks were sitting that were answering questions about the exhibits and everything being up. And as I was walking down, and I was almost there, and I was looking at them, and I happened to look to my left, and I was like, oh, it's right there. It was on a table. And I was like, oh, it's right there, and it has a red ribbon on it. I like to pretend that I'm a real hard ass and that nothing gets to me. But boy, didn't I cry right there in the fairgrounds, in the middle of the household building. Not bawling or anything like that, but I was for shizzle crying. And I was so happy and so proud and so excited to be able to tell everybody. And I mean, I took pictures, of course, and I texted everybody, and Lauren had dropped me off, and was doing the roundabout to come pick me back up, because as a exhibitor you get in free, and Lauren wasn't ready for spending $20 to get into the to the fair. They all go on a specific night. So anyway, again, way too much information, but yeah. So I cried a little bit there, and then I stopped and got some lemonade. I got a mango lemonade and a strawberry lemonade, and spent my winnings on the lemonade. Not that I got the winnings right away. Anyway, but and cried a little bit in the line. It was amazing, and I've already Ingrid made the mistake of saying, "Oh, maybe I should submit something next year." Yesterday during our 2-color quilt challenge live, which is another thing I did this week, I made a mistake of mentioning that, and I was like, "Oh, well now you have to because you said it on a live, and I have video proof that you have said it." So I'm 100% certain that next year I'm going to put in Minnie Sculliver and BJ the Blue Jay. There was no FPP there is one that has the potential with possibly being partially FPP'd. There were some severe angles happening, but I'm not sure if it was an applique. So I'm not, listen, I've only been doing this for 3 years. I'm not an expert on any of this. So I just wasn't sure, and I didn't get close enough to see because I thought that I'd messed up. But there was definitely no legit kits. There was no obvious FPP stuff happening. Though I was excited to see there was scrappy applique, which is something that I'm interested in too. It looks really pretty. And so you'll see in the video that I'm going to add to this, there's a zebra in one of the shots, and that's called Scrappy Applique, and that's from Shannon Brinkley, I'm pretty sure, who's actually out here where I live, well, close to where I live, across the bridge out in Northern Virginia. And it's really, really pretty. So you'll see that, but that again, applique, not FPP. So, yeah, so I'm very excited to enter something that I didn't see anything of this year. So that'll be neat. Not to say that next year there might not be 14 other things, but taking from this year, I'm definitely going to do those two, and very excited to do that. So also what we did this week was our 2-color quilt challenge, which was last night with the, it was called Mosaic. There we go. Mosaic. I kept thinking, it does look very similar to the Dutchman's puzzle, but it was flying geese in a formation, called the Mosaic, and Jacob's Ladder. And we did that last night, and that was a ton of fun, and I'm pulling up my notes so I don't forget anything. So yeah, that was really good. It's always a good time. And ladies, I think it was just ladies that have sent emails so far. I'm pretty sure it was just ladies that have sent emails so far, have already sent the emails of their finished, month 5 2-color quilt. It's amazing. Next month is month 6. It's the last month of voting on blocks. So if you are just now hearing about this, if you're brand new, hi, hello, thank you for lasting this long. But it's not too late to sign up. The 2-color quilt sign up is still available. You can absolutely catch up. They are, again, a lot of folks will get the pattern on like a Tuesday morning, and then will send us emails of their finished blocks that afternoon, or like an hour later, because they are big blocks. They are 12.5 inches, which is going to take up some real estate, which is really nice. And it's 2 blocks at a time, and they're not too complicated. I haven't finished putting together the mosaic, so it's not completed, but it's pretty good size pieces to make a 12.5 inch block. Now the first month's one block was it was a 12.5 inch block, but little pieces to make up that sparkling star, but totally worth it, and the hardest one for so far the entire way. And from what I remember, the remaining blocks, what we would be able to vote on the first week of October is not going to be too difficult. So I'll go into when the next 2-color quilt stuff will be when I get to what we're doing. Other stuff that I finished up this week. Oh, oh, no, yeah, because I didn't have the live. And Monday and Tuesday were just boring old work days during the day. So the 2-color quilt challenge, and that's got us caught up to my nap today. So I guess it is time to talk about what's going to be coming up. So I think what I'll do is I'll pause here and I'll put in the video from the fair, and I'll show you the quilts and a picture of the swirling stars that is usually here, the spinning pinwheel stars. And then I'll come back and we'll dig into what's coming up for this week and the next couple of weeks. All right, see you on the flip side. All right, so yay, beautiful quilts. Best in Show was gorgeous. I'm pretty sure that's Tula Pink. I'm so bad at this stuff. I just know that I like something and it's pretty, and then I pay zero attention to who it's by. So if it was somebody else, please let me know in the comments below, and I will correct that. But so we were talking about last night's 2-color quilt challenge. The next 2-color quilt challenge Tuesday is the first Tuesday in October, and I most likely won't be available to be on that live because I will be in Oklahoma City getting ready for Legit Kits Boot Camp. So Stephanie might be flying solo for the picking of the stars. I will be able to put together the slideshow. So if you are working on them, if you could do me a super solid and try to get them in as soon as you can, because I will work on them on the road. We'll be coming into Oklahoma City that Tuesday, and I will be coming from Little Rock is where we're spending the night before. So I will have some time to do it, but if you could get it to us as early on Tuesday as possible, that would be super cool. But if you are a slow sewer like I am and you don't have them completed yet, don't stress, because we will have a final, you know, showcase of all of the blocks and everything that everybody has shared after we make the announcement, or we show off how we're setting them in November. So from all of those pictures too, I'm going to put together a whole video of all of it over the past, so by then it'll be 7 months worth of stuff. So don't feel like you will be missed. You will definitely be in the video. So if I don't get you in on October's parade of blocks, you will for sure be in November's parade of blocks when we show off the settings, or when we release the video of kind of everything, all, you know, for the entirety of the time. You just like a regular video of that. So yeah, so that's 2-color quilt challenge. What else is happening this week is, Lulu, I need you to get out. Go, Lulu. Go on. Can't keep hitting the camera. Okay, go lay down. I think there's a cat in her crate. Her safe space, like the door is always open kind of thing. And I think there's a cat in there and she doesn't want to go in. Yep, I was right. So she didn't want to go in because the cats push her around. So let's see. This week, actually last week I got, but I will be opening up this week. I'm so excited because I haven't even opened the mail yet. That's how behind I am. I'm so tired. But this week I got the Legit Kits Shrooms quilt kit. So I will be putting that together and organizing that. Maybe I'll do that. No. So I will be on Saturday night with Stephanie on her channel, live at 5 for Quilting with Stephanie Stitches at 5 p.m. Eastern on her channel, and she is going to be working on her deep dive, which is the turtle with all the amazing greens and blues and purples, and then I'm going to be working on BJ the Blue Jay because of Kona Sheen, which is so gorgeous. So I'll be doing that on Saturday. And then for my Sunday brunch, which is Sunday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern to 1 p.m., so 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern, I will be working on my Alice in Wonderland block from Art East Quilting Company. The majority of the human beings out there are already moving on to block 2, but yeah, I had things to do. I've been a busy lady, so I have not started the block yet. So I'd like to start that on my Sunday live with everybody. So if you have seen some things and you're interested in what those look like, I hope that you'll come and watch that live. That'll be a good time, and I'll answer all the questions and probably bemoan having to cut so many little pieces. I think the biggest part for me is that I'm just not very patient. So oftentimes my cuts aren't as precise as I know they could be and should be, and so I spend a lot of time finagling where, you know, my 2.5 inch block is 2.5 or 2 and more than a half, and then a little bit less than half. So I'm always trying to work out what I've done, where, you know, with FPP I don't have to do that as much. So I think that's why I'm mumbling and groaning so much about the Alice block, because it's very important to be pretty darn precise because they are such small pieces, and where it's easy to finagle larger pieces and easy to hide where maybe you're 1/8 of an inch seam allowance instead of 1/4 of an inch, it gets trickier when they're really, really small pieces like that. So that's why I'm more annoyed with myself than the pattern itself. It's not the pattern's fault. But it'll be fun to sew that up and have everybody there supporting me and rooting me on. And that's my Sunday live. And then, man, I will have my podcast next week, but I will probably have another Sunday live that first Sunday of October, like last Sunday's was from when I was at the retreat. Probably have a lot of shots from the road, shots of the Bass Pro Shop, just, what my son and I got into as we were heading to the boot camp. I will more than likely not take too many pictures or video, though I think probably Sadie, what are you doing? The tour of Legit Kits that would probably be okay to do a little bit of video. Of course, I'll ask before I do any of that. We'll find out. But I will have some fun stuff to show that Sunday from the road, things that we got into, and it'll probably be 2 Sundays in a row that I don't get to do my Sunday brunch, because on the way to, we're taking a little bit of time, and we're really, making some stops, because I don't have to be in Oklahoma City until Tuesday night. But on the way back, we're leaving Saturday after, right after lunch, and we're hauling tushy to get to St. Louis. And I was trying to figure out if I could figure a way to get to Missouri Star, but I just don't think it's gonna happen, because I think it's a good 6 hours away from Oklahoma City, and if I don't leave until 1 o'clock, that's not going to work out with the shop hours and stuff. So I may not make it to Missouri Star, but I will definitely get to see the St. Louis Arch, because that's where we're stopping, and then shaking into hell feather and getting home Sunday, because I got to work the next day. So yeah, although I just realized, and from a meeting today, that I will actually be able to have a little bit more time to recover, because Monday is a federal holiday. So if all things work out okay and I'm not furloughed, I will actually be able to have Monday off, and so it won't be so bad if we get home at midnight on Monday night and then I have to turn around and work, because that day is a federal holiday. So yay. Maybe I will sneak a Missouri Star, now that I'm thinking about it. Oh my gosh, my son's gonna be so but so coming up on the heels of the Legit Kit boot camp. So what's happening in the very near future is I was invited by Steven of Bland Designs and the Idiot Quilter. I was invited to be a speaker at his next virtual retreat. If you don't know anything about Steven from Bland Designs and the Idiot Quilter, he is always linked in my I think I say the usual suspects, because I think it's funny. But he's always listed there. But I will link to his video where he announces all the details about the next virtual retreat, which is October 21st. And I have been invited to be a speaker that Saturday to talk about all things paper piecing, which I am just tickled pink about. I'm so excited. I was very nervous to have been asked, but I'm really looking forward to being able to talk about and kind of give a history of, and then talk about the essentials to your FPP toolkit, which you will be happy to know that I'm not really a person that buys into having to have all the gadgets. I love to have all the gadgets. I'm a absolute card carrying gadget gal for sure. President of the fan club, absolutely. But I also started off 3 years ago just using the rotary cutter that I got with my Cricut, and the cutting mat that I got with my Cricut, and the ruler that I got with my Cricut. So that's how I started out quilting, and I used that for several months before I wanted to make sure that I was really into it before I started spending all kinds of money on all the things. And now I spend all the money on all the things. But I want to talk about the essentials and what it really takes to get better at. Because everybody's version of good, I know that I'm super hard on myself, so like everybody's version of what good is different. But as long as you're working to being better at it every single time, you're on the right track. So that's what I'm going to be talking about, the essentials of paper piecing, and I'm really excited about that. Also, speaking of virtual retreats, so Stephen's retreats are always free because they, he has said he doesn't want to mess with the money thing. He's not trying to mess with the money thing. But he also, while he does do prizes and things throughout the day, and he has speakers come on, which I think is invaluable, and I really think if he ever thought about it, he could absolutely charge some money. Not to pay the speakers. I'm 100% on board with doing that for free because it's just a ton of fun. But because he does all the prizes and then he has people come in, like he's providing a service for us for sure. So his are always free. But you may have heard on a live with Stephanie while we were at Walnut Port at the Nut House that Stephanie and I are planning a virtual retreat in January. And shh, don't tell her, but I'm kind of hoping it won't be a one and done. I'm kind of hoping we might do a couple of virtual retreats because I think it's going to be fun. Also because I'm excited, I'm going to be writing my first ever pattern. Here comes Bass Drop. He's gonna come say hello. He is doing so well after being so sick. And you can't tell his little legs, his hair has grown back in, so he doesn't look like he's wearing boots anymore. He doesn't look like he's wearing Uggs. So, he's walking by. Not sure what he's gonna do. He's gonna lay down. He's watching the moths come at the window. What you doing, bud? Okay, he's laying down. So, yes, the retreat. It will be an all-day retreat. It'll be from 8:30 a.m. Eastern to 5 p.m. Eastern. I recognize and I realize that folks on the West Coast, that's some dedication, and I understand that, and I'm sorry, but that's what worked out for our schedules for this first one, which is January 14th. So January 14th, 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. It will be broken up into 2 sections. So the first half will be one of ours, where I'll be doing FPP and I'll be teaching all things. It'll be, because it's going to be my first ever pattern that I'm writing, it will be a very beginner friendly written pattern. It'll be a very beginner friendly working pattern. So I've already mocked it up. I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm very excited about it. I have images in different colorways. I'm feeling very professional. So I'm excited about that. And then Stephanie's will be traditional piecing. So so you'll get kind of a taste of both worlds. And it is $20, and we are doing it via Zoom. So it'll be private virtual experience with 90 is the cap that we have to do for all the licensing and stuff. So 90 is where we have to cap it, but it'll be $20 a person. You're getting the 2 patterns, and then you're getting the instruction, because we will take the time to walk you through. So a part of the taking time to walk you through all of the stuff, you do have to be on camera. For me, is especially important, because working on FPP and doing this the first time, I really need to be able to see, and this is different than legit kits where I'm pretty sure I could walk you through just on the phone. But it's going to be very important for me to be able to see exactly what it is you're working on, maybe spotlight you, have you hold what you're having a question on to the camera so that I can really get an idea of where you may be having the question, where you might be stuck at, and then be very clearly able to see what I will need to, how I'll need to direct you to the next success point. So you will have to be on camera, but it's going to be a great day. It's going to be a ton of fun. Of course, we'll leave the information in the description below, but that is rolling in the new year. So it will be in the winter doldrums in the middle of January. It works out to a good time because a lot of folks, the next day is MLK, Martin Luther King's birthday, so that's a federal holiday, so a lot of people will be off that day. But it's a good weekend for it, and it worked out really well. So that will be the day. Take a look in the description box for a link to all the details. So yeah, that's exciting. Also, what was also announced at Walnut Port is another not block of the month or 2 blocks of the month like the 2-color quilt challenge has been, but it is going to be well, I guess it is two blocks a month, but we're going to do 1 block the first Tuesday and 1 block the 3rd Tuesday to keep our Tuesday routine in place starting in December. And we're working on, Stephanie of Stephanie Stitches and I are working on New York Beauty. So we are working with the book Dazzling Beauties. We'll have a link to that. Not affiliated, it's not an affiliated link or anything. I just happened to get it through Amazon, and Stephanie got it through Amazon. While we were at the retreat, a bunch of folks got it from Amazon. So I will link that Amazon page. You may be able to find it somewhere. If you just, Google search it, you might be able to find it somewhere less expensive, or possibly be able to make copies of it like at your local library, which I always think is an awesome resource. So if you're able to do that, that would be incredible, because you can, print them out. We will be picking, it's going to be, we kind of got ourselves confused when we were announcing it. It will be a 4x4 wall hanging. Each block will finish at 10 inches. So yes, 40 by 40. And it will have a center medallion of the arcs that make up New York Beauty pieces, and then the arcs surrounding it. So each block will be a New York Beauty piece in that 10 inches where it will have the inner quarter circle and then different things. I'm really excited about having flying geese in at least one of them, and other cool graphics within each of the patterns. So that book comes with, I think it was 54, I'm pretty sure it was 54. A huge wedding gift quilt was what made up that entire quilt top. So we're gonna narrow it down to those blocks for the 4x4. So 16 blocks, 16 weeks. But it will actually be 8 months because it's not every other week. Because it's the 1st and 3rd Tuesday. So if there's an extra week in the month, it'll be a couple weeks in between. So anyway, our same routine that we have for the 2-color quilt challenges. So in December, we're going to make it very much a part of our Vlogmas. I'm going to do Vlogmas this year. I'm so excited to be a part of that. I've watched so many people do it over the past 3 years that I'm excited to, get to do it too. So the first Tuesday of December will be on one of our channels. The 3rd Tuesday of December will be on the other's channel. And then starting in January, we're going to keep it to the odds and evens, where the odd month of the 2 weeks will be on my channel. sewing live that Tuesday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern. And then the even months, both weeks, will be on Stephanie's from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern, sewing up those. So it is 16 blocks across 8 months. And then we'll have a wrap up month, just like we did for the 2-color quilt, where we put them all together. I am super excited to see what kind of riot of color everybody chooses. It's going to be glorious. I'm just very, very excited about the New York Beauty. That's going to be a lot of fun because everybody has been an absolute rock star in picking out their colors just for the 2-color quilt challenge. I can't imagine what we're going to see for the New York Beauty. I'm excited. And I'm, now like thinking about, what am I going to do? I got to find some cool stuff. So I'm going to start sourcing some really cool things and like take the challenge of coming up with something super cool for the New York Beauty. So all of this stuff will be listed below in the description. I'm trying to think if I've forgotten anything. I don't think so. I'll also do a little bit of a haul picture shots as the outro of what I picked up from the quilt store that we hit in Walnut Port. So such a cute little shop. And I will show you the couple of pot holders and a little what did I get? Oh, an elephant and a little girl that a little girl makes. Oh my gosh, super cute. So anyway, I will have pictures. Man, I should not do videos after taking a nap. I've been rambling, and this is going to be my longest video. I'm 100% positive. Yeah, crazy. All right, well, wow, this is me with no caffeine, just a good nap, and I am wide awake. All right, everybody. I will see you Saturday over on Quilting with Stephanie Stitches, and then Sunday on my channel. So 5 o'clock Eastern on Stephanie's, and then 11 a.m. Eastern on mine. And yeah, I will see you there. If you have any questions or anything, let me know. And if you're brand new, let me know. Say hi. If I haven't gotten to say hi to you before, that would be awesome. And if you haven't already, give me a thumbs up, and I would absolutely love it if you would subscribe and follow along as we get into all of this stuff that we've got planned over the next several months. All right, folks. Bye. Have a great week. Talk to you soon. Thanks for watching, everyone. Now let's see what YouTube recommends next.